I think the reason why you cried and everybody else, because we all had those memories and the emotion that had built up over the years.
I couldn't believe it.
And there's just some different feeling about this run. I don't know if everything just seems so organic. You know, we're so used to the Cardinals being in the playoffs, and we all have our routine. This is so not normal, and it's so organic, from the Gloria song to everything that's happening.
You know, I have my two oldest friends in life. One lives in Washington, D.C., and the other one lives in Bermuda. And so we talk every week. And my buddy in Bermuda said to me in January, he said, well, we got a good chance to win this thing. I said, do you see where they are in the standings? He said, they got nowhere to go but up. And he just kept saying, you know, they're going to be all right. They're going to be all right. And I mean, you in Bermuda, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Obviously, you've been in the sun too long.
Confession time. I got to, because I'm way into this thing, confession time. So we're in here, as we are every holiday. Everybody takes vacation. So we're here all the time in late December. And we were doing, I don't know if it was Charlie's show or
I
our
remember
show,
this day.
but we're walking out in the lobby, and in the door comes Chris Kerber with a blues executive. And I looked at him, and I had gone through a period where I couldn't watch the games anymore. It was so frustrating, and I couldn't. I'd get through the first period and the second period, and I
waiting on the other shoe to drop.
Couldn't watch it. And I said to Curbs, I said, well, looks like we're done, you know. And the blues executive is standing, I don't know who was, and he looked at me and he said, we're not done yet. Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah, I think I said to him, what would be a success to get to 500?
Yeah.
The guy snapped his head and said, 500, we're going to the playoffs.
Yeah. I had given up. I
think most people did. And I think the only reason why we continue to follow them is because I think people enjoy watching train wrecks. Because that's what was going on. And then all of a sudden they turn the corner and one thing leads to another. You get a winning streak, and then you say, why not? Because this is the one sport, hockey, where the regular season means nothing when it comes to postseason.
What year was that we won the President's Cup, best record?
Yeah, San Jose came first round of San Jose, which I'm still salty about that particular game.
Yeah.
I remember I got home that night and I just said, oh, and my wife said, well, what's wrong? I said, I can't let this one go.
That may have been the best blues team that
I think you're right. I think you're right. I think it's got to be one of the top three.
Cujo, right? Was that Cujo?
No,
or Grant Fuhrer?
No, it was Turek.
Oh, it was Turek.
Yeah.
Mike, I was watching one of the National Canadian Hockey shows the other night on the NHL Network, and they were talking about the Blues alumni as really the model alumni program in the NHL, because a lot of them have stayed here. And of course, we've all seen the Plager, Mr. Plager, walking the halls. Are there lots of old Blues coming back?
Yeah, I was at the game the other night, and I'm seeing guys that you haven't seen in a while. It's funny you mentioned Bob Plager. I started to get a little superstitious, too, so we start bumping into each other in the hallway. I think we got to go somewhere else. But, you know, I think anybody who's worn that uniform in St. Louis understands how important the hockey team is to St. Louis. And they found a home here. They raised their kids here. They've gotten involved in the community. And I think when you look at the Cardinals, the Blues, and even the Big Red, who still has a presence here, along with the former Rams players, this has been a great alumni home for so many former athletes. And to see all those former Blues who know what it's meant and wish they could have been part of one of these championships.
Yeah, they were playing when they didn't make any money
exactly,
at it, right?
Yeah. So, you know, it's great, man. I think this thing transcends St. Louis. No matter what part of town you live in, you can be a hockey fan, certainly when postseason rolls around, and they don't care.
He's Mike Claiborne. He's going to stick around with us. We're going to take him all the way to the top of the hour for the news.
Yeah, indeed we are, Michael. Let me tell you something, Michael. Are you throwing money out the window? Because that's what happens. You buy these old windows and you turn the air conditioner on, that stuff just flying out there. Not so with Universal Windows Direct.
That's because you get the window with the Super Spacer, which lasts 5 times longer than any other window out there.
Nobody else has it.
No, and it's got NASA technology. It keeps you the outside temperature on the outside, the inside temperature on the inside. You don't throw that money out the window because you got that Super Spacer.
These things are